Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to play Whiskey in the Jar. Whiskey in the Jar is a very old song, probably with 17th century origins, but it was popularised by the Dubliners in the 60s and has become a pub sing-along favourite. If you're an Irish band playing in a pub, someone approaches you and you know that a request is coming, and there's a good chance it's either going to be for the Fields of Athenry or for Whiskey in the Jar. And for that reason it is hated by many trad musicians. You may find yourself playing this song week after week, month after month, year after year, and you may come to despair of having to play this song. But I am a firm believer that no song is too overdone or too boring or too easy to play. There's always something more you can do with it. So in this lesson I'm going to show you the easiest possible version. I'm going to show you some backing fiddle. I'm going to show you the melody with some ornamentation. I'm going to show you a fancy solo that will wake up the rest of the band. The rest of the audience won't notice, but you'll have achieved something. And I'm going to show you the intro to the Thin Lizzy and Metallica version of this song. Okay, so let me start off with basic melody as sung. And it's always a good idea to know the melody, even if you're never going to actually play it exactly like this. And in fact, the way the melody is sung can vary quite a lot, so just take this with a little pinch of salt. 1, 2, 3... So that's roughly as it might be sung. And if you were doing this with a band and they asked for a fiddle solo, then you could just about get away with that as your fiddle solo. At least everyone would know where you were and what you were doing. But if you've been playing this for a long time, that isn't really good enough. But we'll come back to that. In the chorus, that is the point where people will bang on the table, stamp their feet, shout, bom, 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 bom. So you might want to stop there. You might want to bang your bow on the table if it's in front of you or whatever. If you're really foolish, you'll bang your fiddle with your bow, but I wouldn't recommend that. Bom, 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 bom. So you could play this in unison with the vocal if you wanted, providing you weren't as loud as the singer. That wouldn't be too bad a thing to do. Let's just do that again, and this time with the backing. Incidentally, I've chosen the key of D for this, but with it being primarily a song rather than a tune, you will be at the whim of your singer. So you might find it in G or in C or in any number of other keys. But the melody itself is pretty easy, so it should be easy enough to play in different keys. Now, if you want to do backing and not the melody, you could do something like this. So we've got a little rhythmic pattern, ta 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 ta. And you then have to choose a series of 2-note chord shapes. And in this case, I've got for the D, we've got F sharp under an A. B minor, leave your second finger there and put your first finger on the A string. And then leave your first finger there and put your third finger on the G string, on the D string rather. And then back to the other one. And if you are not sure how to work out these different alternatives, then I do have a video all about 2-note chord shapes, which you might find useful. On the chorus, you can change tack and go to longer notes. So for the A chord, I'm doing a C sharp over an E. I'm stopping for the bom, 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 bom. And then a D over an F sharp. And we are imagining a D7, so playing a C natural. For the G chord, a B possibly over a D, and then a G possibly over a B. So that's, you could swap those around, you could do the melodic lines over the verse and chops over the chorus if you wanted. Let's just hear what that sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could play all of that last line with what I call the scale of sixths. And that is one very easy way to make your simple and very repetitive line much more interesting. And if you're doing a fiddle solo on just a melody, do something like that, and what was a much too easy tune suddenly becomes quite a challenging tune, which is fun. Now here's another version of the melody, but decorated with some drones and some Irish ornaments. So I'm going to try and mark each chord change with a double stop. So for the first chord, an A over D. That little bit of scale of 6, and then that's a roll, an Irish ornament played over the B note. A B over a G for the G chord. So there's a harmony. Again using the scale of sixths. Repeat that. And then the chorus. A roll. So there we go into third position. Fourth finger at the top. And then either stay in third position or down. And if you've never done third position before, absolutely no need to do that. Just find your own variation or take it down an octave or look at my video on how to do third position. Let's play all of that with the backing. Now, this was one of the songs which I played almost every day, almost every week for about a year and a half. When my first job when I moved to London was playing in the Beefeater, which is I think it still is after all these years, a medieval banquet place by the Tower of London. And so there's a whole cast of musicians and actors of various sorts, all dressed up in tights and whatnot. And this was one of the songs that we would play mostly for the American tourists every night. And quite a few other musicians in that band, there was only 3 at a time, but it changed a lot, were kind of ambitious musicians, shall we say. One of them being Martin Alcock, who went on from this to join Fairport Convention and then Jethro Tull. So I had my hopes, shall we say. But because we were playing this tune over and over again, and a lot of other tunes the same, I used to try and work out really flashy solos. A, not to get bored, B, to impress the rest of the band, and C, so I was actually practicing at the same time as performing. So this isn't an actual solo that I did, but it's the kind of solo that I would work out just in order to push myself. So we got... Now, I'm not suggesting that this is a wonderful solo that you should learn, but it just gives you an idea of the kind of thing that you can do when you're bored out of your mind with a song because you've played it too many times. Let me just give you that with the backing. And so on. And ideally you would actually improvise that rather than preparing it in advance. Okay, I'm going to finish off with the intro to the Thin Lizzy version, which is played quite a lot slower and is a much more rocky feel. And this was done in 1973 by Thin Lizzy. It's a great song if you haven't heard it. And it was covered, their version was covered by Metallica. Using more or less the same intro. So I'm going to use this to play out. If you would like a PDF of all of these different versions that I've done, then do subscribe to the channel and send me an email. And I will then send you a PDF, and you can get hold of all my PDFs on my Patreon page. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.